Title 5, Alaska State Jurisdiction over Small Hydroelectric Projects. Section 501, Alaska State and Jurisdiction over Small Hydroelectric Projects, Part 1 of the Federal Power Act is amended with the adding of the end of the following. Section 32, Alaska State Jurisdiction over Small Hydroelectric Projects, discontinuing the regulation by Commission for the notwithstanding 4E and 23B of the Commission shall discontinue exercising licensing regulatory authority under this part of the qualifying project part of the state of Alaska, effective the date with which the Commission certified for the state of Alaska has in place for the regulatory program of the water power development at one protect the public interest for the purpose listed within paragraph 2 of the environment, the same with the extent of the five license regulation by the Commission under this part of the other applicable federal laws, including the Endangered Species Act of Title 16 U.S. Standard Code 1531 and the Fish Wildlife Coordination Act of Title 16 U.S. Standard Code 661. Attend sequence, given the consideration purpose of the energy conservation, B, with the protection, mitigation, damage due to the enhancement of the fish and wildlife, including related spawning grounds and habitat, C, with the protection of the recreational opportunities, D, with the preservation of the other aspect of the environmental quality, E, with the interest of the Alaskan natives, F, the other beneficial public use, including irrigation, flood control, water supply, and navigation, 3, the requirement of the condition of the license for any project works, A, the construction, maintenance, with the operational license, E, with the expense for the lights of the signal made with the director of the Secretary of the Department of the Coast Guard and is operating such fishways may be prescribed by the Secretary of the Interior of the Secretary of the Commerce as appropriate. B, with the operation of navigable facilities may be constructed as part of any project for the control at all time with a reasonable rule of regulation is made with the Secretary of the Army. C, conditions of the project and mitigation and enhancement of fish and wildlife based on the recommendation received pursuant to the Fish Wildlife Coordination Act from the National Marine Fishery Service of the United States Fish Wildlife Service, the State Fish and Wildlife Agencies. Definition of the qualifying project works. For purposes of this section, the term qualifying project works mean with the project works that one that are not part of the projected license under the section of the part exempted for the license under the part of section 405 of the Public Utility Regulatory Policy Act of 1978, prior to the date of the enactment of this section. 2, from the preliminary permit with the license application exemption from the license has not been accepted for filing by the Commission prior to the date of the enactment. Subsection C, unless the application is withdrawn with election by the applicant. 3, apart with the project with the power production capacities of 5,000 kilowatts or less, they are located entirely with the boundary of the state of Alaska. 5, they are not located in the whole and part of any of the Indian Reserve Conservation Systems units as defined in this section. 1024 of the Alaskan National Interest Land for the Conservation Act or a segment of the river designated with the site of addition with the Wild Scenic River System. C, election of the state license in case of a non-qualified project that would be qualifying project with the work in fact with the project license of exempted with the license of the Commission prior with the enactment of the section license. Such project with the discretion elected to make with the project subject with the licensing regulations state with Alaska under the section. D, project works for the federal land with respect with the property with the located with the whole when they are in part of the reservation conservation system, even with the public land with the state license, the exemption with the license, and shall be subject to the approval of the Secretary having jurisdiction over the land. Such conditions the Secretary may describe. Consultant with effective of the agency commission shall consult with the Secretary of Interior, with the Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary of Commerce before certifying the state of Alaska regulatory program. F, application of federal laws. Nothing in this section preempts the application of the federal environmental, natural resource for the cultural resource for the protection laws under therein terms. G, oversight by the Commission and the State of Alaska shall notify the Commission no later than 30 days making any of the significant modification regulatory program. The Commission should periodically review the state program to ensure the complying with the provision of Section H. Resumption of the Commission's authority, notwithstanding subsection 8 of the Commission's reassertion of the licensed regulatory authority under the part of the Commission found with the State of Alaska has not complied with one or more of the requirements of this section. 1, the determination of the Commission upon an application for the Governor of the State of Alaska. The Commission shall within 30 days commence the review of the State of Alaska regulation program of water development and determine whether to comply with the requirements of subsection A. The Commission review requirement paragraph 1 with completed 1 year initiation of the Commission shall within 30 days thereafter issue the final order determining whether or not the State of Alaska's regulatory program with the water power development comply with the requirements of the subsection A. 3, if the Commission fails to issue the final order in accordance with paragraph 2 of the State of Alaska regulatory program for the water power development will shall be deemed to be in compliance with subsection A. Title 6, Weatherization, Summerfield, Hydroelectric Licensing Procedure, and Inventory of Oil and Gas Reserves.